When we set out to make big changes in our lives, we often think about the goals, the habits, the actions. But what we don't often think about or talk about is the power of self-awareness. And I think that self-awareness really is the unsung hero of change, because without it, we are not able to catch ourselves before we fall back into old patterns. Hi, my name is Mutali, and welcome back to my 30 Days of Radical Change Challenge, where I realized that I've been stuck in a loop of setting the same goals every single year, seeing no results, and this is my journey to real lasting change. So today is day 10 of my 30 days of radical change, and something that's been very, very important and powerful on this journey has been self-awareness, because I'm able to spot when my mood shifts, or when old triggers come up, or even when I'm about to fall off track. And it's in those moments where I take a pause and I ask myself, do I want to reinforce the old identity, or do I want to create a new version of myself? And for me, some of the places where this has come up is when I'm about to start a new endeavor, like for instance, write a book or start a podcast or start a new business. Oftentimes I find myself overthinking to the point where I almost talk myself out of it. I'll say, maybe you're not ready. You might need a new skill. Maybe you need to do a little bit more research. Maybe you need more evidence that you will succeed. Maybe let's see who succeeded before. And I go into the spiraling session. In the end, nothing gets done. Or I'll do a little bit, and then I forget about the project completely until a couple of months later, someone will mention it. I'll think about it, and I think, wow, I was so excited about that idea, but what happened? Nada. So what I do in those instances, or what I do now at least, is that I ask myself, what is the real fear behind all that is happening right now? What is going on? Why am I holding myself back? Why am I self-sabotaging? And then I deal with that. And in those moments, I get to choose, who am I trying to become? Or am I staying the same? So for you, some of the ways that you can maybe just fine-tune your self-awareness skill is you could just check in with yourself throughout the day. What is your energy? Are there any triggers that are coming up? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an environment, maybe it's a situation, and how can you deal with it? You can also just pause. We're so used to just reacting automatically because that's just who we have been. Just pause and ask yourself, what am I choosing intentionally in this moment? And like Socrates said, know thyself. Because when we know ourselves, we can live on purpose, with honesty, and real power. See you tomorrow.